Hello everyone, good evening and welcome to Roma Theory. This is your Fiorentina-Roma match preview. We're back going. We barely have times to rest, times to just sit down and relax because nowadays, continuing in Europe, we do have an average of 2 games every single week. 2 games, basically a day every 3 days. And this is that time of the season where we're still in Europe. We're still in the middle of a top 4 race where we need to just fight against the fatigue and try to win games because this is the most important, by far the most important period until the end of the season, because we will have plenty of games, not a lot of easy games. And we just need to continue like we started this De Rossi adventure, which, yes, people might go, of course, that is logical. But it's not easy. Of course, if you predict, if you were to think at this game, look at this game, you'd kind of, I don't know how you wouldn't predict us because we're playing really well. We look so confident. The players look happy. But this is a sneaky game. This is a sneaky game because this game has always been a sneaky game. History records, the complexity of the ground, the complexity of Fiorentina, a team which has evolved a lot. A team which has improved massively since, when I started following the Serie A. This team is a team that year in and year out fights to get in Europe. Last season it was the Conference League. This season they're fighting. Technically they are still in a Champions League race. I don't think they will qualify for the Champions League. But I think if Fiorentina don't let themselves too disillusioned on the fact that they do have both the Conference League and everything, Fiorentina can aim for a Europa League spot. It's not going to be easy because I think out of all the teams that are fighting together, so us, Bologna, Atalanta, Fiorentina, Lazio and Napoli, I do think Fiorentina is probably the weakest in a sense that they have less experience than the other teams. And the fact that they have the Conference League, I think my theory is that Fiorentina will try and get Europa League via the Conference League because I think they can win it. Yes, Aston Villa are in it, but they can win it. But they can fight, and they need to fight because they can get Europa League via the league as well. They've played really well. This is a team who, just like many other teams, has been completely revolutionized since Rocco Commisso, the new American owner, came to power. Rocco Commisso not only massively increased the transfer budget of this team and therefore bringing it in significant Serie A positioning every single year, making this team and those fans and the players live a European final last year in the Conference League against West Ham. So not only he increased the image of Fiorentina, similar to what the Fredkins did, but their budget has massively increased. And then the massive thing that Fiorentina did is they've invested so much money on facilities. Fiorentina have got by far the best training ground, training pitches in the entire Italy. The Viola Park, it's called the Viola Park. It's this mega infrastructure, and that's it with football. When the infrastructure is there, when you invest a lot of money and you actually care for the benefits of the team, not only the players are also more prone to play better because they work in a friendly environment, they work in good infrastructures, but the whole, from the staff members to the manager, Fiorentina has evolved. And Fiorentina is, yes, not a big side, but Fiorentina is a side that can pose a lot of difficulties to any single team. Inter won in Florence 1-0, and this losing 1-0 to this Inter side is like drawing the game. Lazio lost against Fiorentina a couple of weeks ago. So this is a team which, especially at home, can really put that knife up our throat. And then, as I was saying, the thing which worries me here is not us, because I'm very confident about Roma lately. I think you have to be confident about Roma lately because I think the impression that Roma is giving is that they can put up a fight and potentially win against everybody. The way we're playing, the confidence we have, the tactics we approach, we can easily win this game. And I've said this yesterday. I think if you follow football recently, you can't predict a Fiorentina win in this game because we're playing far too well. But this pitch, this stadium is a stadium which we barely win in. From that 7-1 nightmare in the Coppa Italia quarterfinals a few years ago, from that 7-1 nightmare when Chiesa was still in their team, Fiorentina away is always a pain in the ass. I mean, last season we lost this game. 2 years ago, I believe we lost this game. This is not an easy game. Even if we're playing really well, this is a team which at home everybody finds difficulties against. And this does mean that if we win tomorrow, I mean, it just adds on to this. It's like what's it called? It's like building a tower made of those wooden little bricks. Winning away at Fiorentina is like adding 7 steps to this tower because this is a tough team to play against. 3 days after we played a European game against a team which made us run a lot. So look, it's not going to be an easy one, but I think we can win it, and I think we have to win it. So that's it. I forgot to set the like target, by the way. Like target, I am going 100 likes. If we hit 100 likes, we're winning tomorrow as well. Because do it for the country, do it for the name. Yeah, the like target is 100 likes, so that would be great if we can hit it. About us, the thing which combines us and Fiorentina is the fact that we both played a game on Thursday. In fact, on this front, I think we do have an advantage because we won 4-0, but after 70 minutes, we subbed Dybala off, we subbed Pellegrini off. So after 70 minutes in that Brighton game, the game was done. The game was closed, we ended that game, and we allowed some substitutions. Fiorentina, on the other hand, yes, did play Thursday Night Football against Maccabi Haifa, but the difference is that they won during injury time. So more energies, more mental rush has gone into their European performance. I expect two teams to be tired here. I think it's normal seeing the way we play because, we run way more than what we did 3 months ago. So it is understandable for the team to get more tired because of the way we play. But so will Fiorentina be tired. The bookies actually say that Fiorentina are the favourites, but the bookies are the bookies. We need to be unpredictable. We need to shush the bookies out because we need to build on this moment. And winning away at Fiorentina means that then you've got Brighton on Thursday. That not only you can win, but you've basically almost guaranteed that quarterfinal of the Europa League. Adding on to that, next Sunday we've got Sassuolo, which is very beatable at time of speaking. So winning against Fiorentina tomorrow means that we can keep this winning momentum going for at least another 2 weeks, which would be massive. Because imagine the hype that goes around this team if we keep on winning and if we don't stop winning. Imagine preparing for the derby coming from 12 consecutive wins. That is how you prepare a derby. Yeah, so look, both teams are going to be tired. And it's going to be a close game. I've said this against Brighton, I've said this against Monza, and I basically got called wrong both times because we scored 4 against Monza and we scored 4 against Brighton. We're scoring more goals. We're scoring an average of 4 goals every game, and that is great. But away at Fiorentina, I think it's going to be close. I just can't see another 4-0. I mean, if we win 4-0 away at Fiorentina, then bring Man City on because we can beat them 4-0. So yeah, it's going to be a close one. I'm not going to predict this time because I don't want to jinx it. Yeah, I will be positive and say we're going to win this. But I will not be surprised whatsoever if this game ends as a draw. Because this game can easily end as a draw. And, the thing is, yes, we're winning so many games that we're not used to losing games anymore. And that's the problem. When a team goes really well, the second we lose a game again, all of the fans are going to all of the fans are going to go, oh my God, I'm not used to this anymore. So we need to keep going. Bad moments are going to come. Uh, Tough moments are gonna come, but if we keep on with this momentum, we can definitely create something big. Ibrahim Wale, wow, thank you very much for the $20. He says, I'm very happy for Roma. I'm very happy for Roma too, mate. And thank you very much from the bottom of my heart for the $20. Love you, mate. Thanks for the support. So thanks for that super chat. And yeah, what's next? Us. Confidence. De Rossi mentality. You've achieved nothing. Feet on the ground. Grind 3 points against Fiorentina as well. That is what De Rossi wants. That is what De Rossi demands. That is what De Rossi asks for week in and week out. Because I fully agree with him. Right now, the 9th of March, the last thing we need to do is lose points. I know we can't win every single game, but we can't lose the rhythm. We can't lose this positive rhythm. We can't, introduce injuries back again. And fitness is going to be massive. And speaking about fitness, Paredes has got that tiredness injury. It's not an injury. I read about it this morning. It's a tiredness injury. You know when you feel muscle pain because you're tired? He's been playing every single game lately. So it is understandable, especially now that he's been converted to a more offensive transitioning position. It requires more energies. So Paredes is knackered, but he is, in my opinion, going to maybe play this game, even though I think Bove can have his chance. The two players which are out are Smalling and Renato Sanchez. Let's not jinx this, but Renato Sanchez has got a muscle problem. He got it in his training session today. So again, it's nothing major. It's not a muscle tear. It's not a muscle sprain. It's just it's that muscle fatigue. I don't know how you get injured if you don't play games, but that's what Renato Sanchez is. It was like this with Mourinho as well. And then the other player who's gonna miss this game is Smalling. Why, you're asking? He has a little ankle sprain for Smalling, which he received in the final training session before the Brighton game. So he's been minorly injured for the past days. It's nothing major. He's gonna sit this one out. But with Mancini and Ndika playing so well, it's not even a massive absentee. Predicted 11. Predicted 11 is simple. I've said this last time against Brighton. I've repeated this against Monza last week. When a team wins, you need to change very little things. I know that the players are tired, and I know that it's tempting to allow rotations, turnovers, and all of that. But my grandfather always told me, when a team wins, you gotta change very little things, because rotating a team that is winning games means breaking its chemistry and momentum. And he's absolutely right when he says this. I think the same team needs to start with a few substitutions, but the core of the team that has been winning these games needs to start, and it's exactly this: Zvelar in goal. Celik, Angelino, and Ndika and Mancini in defense. Angelino instead of Spinazzola, and Celik instead of Korsdorp. Christensen is out. Korsdorp, I don't think he deserves it. I think Celik deserves it more than Korsdorp. Can Celik pull a sense of consistency to his performances? He was great against Brighton, phenomenal against Brighton. Now can he do it again? Or do we need to wait another 3 months to see a good performance? And I think De Rossi wants to test him for this, to see exactly this. Will he be more consistent? Can I allow him to have so many responsibilities if he's so inconsistent? And it's all to do with tests. So Celik, it's a good test. He needs to start this game because he's played well and he deserves it. And then Angelino instead of Spinazzola, Ndika, Mancini in defense, Pellegrini, Cristante, and Paredes. Look, I think there's going to be one change in every section of the formation. So there's going to be one change in defense, one change in the midfield, and one change in attack. And I think the three changes are going to be Angelino for Spinazzola, Bove for Paredes, and Zaleski for El Shaarawy. That's the minimum that I want to see. Actually, the maximum I want to see in such a tough game when it comes to changes. I want to see the strong team playing this game. If there is one of the two games between Fiorentina and Brighton that we can allow more rotations in, it's Brighton. Because 4-0, unless a miracle oracle opens up in the skies of Brighton, then 90% we're through to the quarterfinals. Again, you never know, and that's why it's not 100%. It's 90%. You still have that 10% where you need to be concentrated, but the more rotations need to be in that Brighton game, not in this game. This is massive. Bologna is currently losing against Inter. Winning tomorrow means bringing yourself 1 point close to Bologna. That is what I call pressure. So I want to see the biggies start tomorrow. So Paredes is not going to start because he's not fit, and I don't want to risk worsening his tiredness / injury. I don't want to worsen it. He is available, but we've got plenty of more important games in these months that risking Paredes and then risking Paredes and then he gets injured again it would be suicide. So yeah. Bove starts, back starting, Pellegrini and Cristante, Dybala, Lukaku, and then instead of El Shaarawy, we have gone with Zaleski. I think De Rossi has shown us that he's not scared to give these players chances. He's shown this with Svilar, he's shown this with Zaleski, converting his position into attack. But yeah, I think Zaleski's time will come tomorrow. Look, I'm not going to say it's a last call, because I would have said it's a last call if Mourinho was still the manager. Because when you have a manager who gives chances to some players, but some of these players don't respond, then that is what you call a last chance. It's not a last chance for Zaleski, because De Rossi became her manager 1 month ago. So, it would be unfair for him being placed in a different concept of football to give him a last chance. No. And that's not what De Rossi is. De Rossi said this. I'm going to continue saying this. Every single player in this team is a strong player. I believe in every single player in this team. Zaleski, let's not forget that he's the last moment that he played was that winning penalty. Iconic cold moment against Feyenoord. That penalty will no doubt have implanted some confidence in him. So I kind of want to see Zaleski, because I want to see if that penalty moment did actually push him to want more in these games. So Zaleski, Dybala, Lukaku. Again, Fiorentina, in terms of playing style, are very similar to Brighton. And in fact, this is probably the best game that we could have asked after a Brighton game, because Italiano and De Zerbi play very similarly. So we just battered De Zerbi 4. This is kind of a second half to the Brighton game, because the two teams are very similar. Fiorentina are great in attack, score many goals. Nico Gonzalez, Icone, Bonaventura, they've got Belotti. Beltran is going to miss this game. So, they've got that attacking threat, but defense-wise, they're not good. They're not good. So, it's the same exact game as Brighton all over again. So, we just battered Brighton 4-0. Why can't we do it again against a very similar team to Brighton, like Fiorentina, who follows very similar philosophies? I just realized they have Belotti. I completely forgot about the fact that they have Belotti. Oh my lord, I forgot about this. I mean, I saw it in the chat before. It's written in the stars. Look, it's written in the oracles. You don't even hesitate placing a bet on Belotti scoring, because A guy who's only scored one goal in 1.5 years at Roma is so gonna score against us. It's like the doors to Narnia have opened up. Belotti isn't even scoring that much with Fiorentina, which proves to me that he fights, but he's lost that clinical touch that he had 3 years ago. He's a player that you can't hate, and I respect him. I still follow him. I still follow him on Instagram. I tend to unfollow players which leave Roma, but I still follow him because not only because he's my twin. We look very alike, but because Belotti sacrificed himself for my team. He was a big part of that Budapest team, fighting when Tammy wasn't playing well. But Belotti lost that clinical touch. I mean, the fact that he scored 2 goals with Roma in 1.5 years, maybe not 2, but like 3, and then 1 goal with Fiorentina in like 3 months, in 2 months, it suggests to me that he's lost that clinical touch. But it's just so gonna happen. It's just so going to happen. È quotata, ma non è neanche quotata 1, è quotato non è quotato, è scommessa chiusa, è assurdo. Yeah, the problem is gonna be Belotti. Mancini against Belotti all over again. I believe Mancini's the godfather of Belotti's daughter, by the way. It's a 1-to-1 on every single aspect of life. Godfather against father, striker against defender, Fiorentina against Roma. I mean, if Mancini knocks Belotti down tomorrow, he's also going to knock his goddaughter down. So yeah, look, respect Belotti, but I hope he doesn't score because, yeah, in terms of scoring goals, he's been shit with us that it's just so going to happen. With that being said, I do expect both teams to score in this game. Yeah, I think both teams are going to score. I can't see us winning 4-0 again. I can't see it happen. I'd be very happy with a 1-0. But back in Mourinho mentality, in this game, seeing the next games, seeing the previous games, 24 hours to zoom into that Fiorentina game, I would love to get back in that Mourinho mentality and win this game 1-0. But I know that that's not going to happen, and I'm happy because we need to put that knife into the Fiorentina's defense, a defense which is not good enough. So I think we're gonna win. I'm confident because I can't predict against my team right now, but I think both teams are gonna score, and I don't think it's going to be an easy game. Tough game, close game, we win, but both teams score. That's my prediction. Do you also want to know who scores for us? Lukaku. I mean, yeah, absolutely. With that being said, my friends, that is my match preview. That's my predicted 11. Bring it on. It's going to be another great game of football. Live watch along tomorrow. So set a reminder because we're going to enjoy yet another game tomorrow evening all together. As I said at the start, don't forget to hit the like. If we can get 100 likes in this video, not only you're supporting the community and the channel, but you're also showing me that you believe in this team. And I've said it, to 100 likes and Roma wins tomorrow. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the like, follow Roma Theory TV on Instagram. We have developed an Instagram community page over on the gram as well. So make sure to follow that. Yeah, I've got a friend who is like a graphic designer, so he's creating some cool graphics. So go show some love and follow Roma Theory TV on Instagram as well. With that being said, I would love to keep it a bit going, but I need to go because I have this video interview in like 20 minutes with an English YouTube channel. I believe the video is gonna out later tonight. So as soon as I get the link from it, I'm gonna shove it to you guys so that you can watch it as well. It's gonna be a good one. But yeah, I'm off. 2-1 says Owethu. 2-1 says Bruno. Score prediction says Nabil. 3-1 Roma. Clip it. 3-1 Roma. I've said it. Clip this. So yeah, I'm gonna go. Enjoy your Saturday. Talk to you soon. Simo out. Forza Roma sempre.